This is going to be an Eternal 9 Godfall. You run to the store while I do the guide? That sounds good, sounds good. Alright, so I am playing the DPS Helena setup that I was showcasing before. This isn't fully optimized around DPS. You can take a look at the Twink build guide if you're curious for that. But since we're doing 9s, I'm going to pull this in halves because we need to make sure that we can actually survive. Generally, you should be able to. I've been able to pull this entire thing, but those were on lower tiers. And since there's an Empower here, I'm going to wait it out. If there wasn't an Empower, I probably would have pulled this entire thing in one go. But I'm going to take this guy down first. We'll get the Empower buff, and then we pull through from there. Make sure I keep my barricade up, but the rotation is going to be the exact same as the Twink build guide. The goal is to get the Shockwave on as many things as possible for the Aftershock bonus, which will give you the increased damage taken, but you then hit them with the Mega Shield throw, which will ricochet around and make you top DPS until Excel presses his mushroom key. And then we go straight to the bottom, and we're doing tank damage all over again. Now, one thing to be noteworthy of is that people do not understand the power of a tanky tank. I am not joking. He got one shot. Okay, before I could press Grand Melee, he insta-died. You love to see it. Literally, before I could press my button, my guy insta fell over. I do need those anyway, so get fucked, I guess. We're gonna make sure we kick the beams. We're gonna target swap, group everything. Make sure we keep our toughness up. What I was going to say is that a lot of people do underestimate the value of a full tank geared tanky tank. Say that 4 times fast. Because a lot of people will say, and I've even seen it while literally playing this build, is, oh, nice DPS, you know, you're actually doing crazy damage. I wish my tank hit that hard. But this is what I mean, is people are not factoring in for the fact that even though I do hit hard with this build, I cannot pull as heavily as if I was playing my tank rendition. And when I go into higher tiers, it will be a lot more important to have a genuine full tank setup so that I don't fall over versus in lower tiers. So think of it like Diablo 3, for example. You want to have your low-key farming gear, and then you want to have the high-key farming gear. It is effectively the same thing. Play DPS in lower keys, where you're able to not need the survivability as often, or as much. And then when you get up the higher keys, that's when you bust out the tankier setups that allow you to pull harder and survive more when it gets down to the more difficult times, because that's when your DPS should be able to make up for the lack of tank damage, which will depend on how well built your DPS are, how well geared they are. A lot of factors, of course. So there is also something to be said about if you're playing in solo queue or in, you know, just YOLO pugs from the LFG. There is definitely something to be said about playing a DPS setup versus playing a tank setup as well. But I mean, it's lose-lose. You do negative damage on your tank setup, you get complained that my guy is just actually ass-pulling the planet. Okay, well, this is going to be a problem. We have Grand in like 5. Kick that. I'll have to charge stop the Psychic Horror in a second. Oh, he one-tapped it with fucking Voidbringers. Never mind. Actual Chad. Alright, we're good. But yeah, what I was gonna say is that you don't do enough damage on tank in Eternal pickup groups, and you get kicked for healing the mobs. But then you build too tanky, you get kicked for, what is it? You get kicked for not doing enough damage. So, it's lose-lose. Play DPS, die to mobs, get kicked for dying to mobs. Play tank, pull mobs, survive mobs, get kicked for low DPS. Lose-lose, really. That's why you make a Discord team, baby. We're gonna skip that in power. We're gonna grab these boys. We're gonna bring them down here. We're gonna charge our man. And we're gonna hit a fucking little grand over here. Force everyone into melee. Well, okay, my fault then. My bad. See? That's what I mean. If you are not vigilant, you do not press your buttons in time. I 100% survived there on tank build. Alright, that was my fault though. I didn't press my fucking shields up fast enough. Because my plan was to group everything with Grand so we didn't pull the fucking Enforcer. Because the fucking roaming Pat would have pulled it otherwise, so. Because now I need to wait for homie to walk this way, and then I pull this way and pull around. Do we have everyone? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Wait it out. Go this way, grab him. Grab this guy. We probably get fucked by it anyways. Are we good? Okay, I am... Okay, you can't group pull that. Good to know. And that is what I mean. That is the difference between tanky tank build and or DPS build. Once you hit a certain point, you will just start to get absolutely ass flattened by certain mobs. With Iron Bark on me too? Yeah, I had shields up and Iron Bark. So I had 70% DR and fell over in 3 hits. So that is exactly what I mean. Is if you are playing perma tank or perma DPS in higher keys, there is going to be a cutoff point where it is more valuable to play tank builds instead of DPS builds, which is, in our case, around 10. So after this, I will be switching back to full tank so that my healer stops having a heart attack 24/7. However, that won't stop people from seeing good tank DPS and going, you're a good tank. Which is a nice little indicator that they don't understand the role whatsoever. But what can you do? So, we'll just pull it in halves. And I will take... The fuck hit me? I'm sorry. Piercing strike 160k. Okay, I just got... That wasn't even reflect. I literally got one shot. Okay, bet. You do love to see it. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what hit me. Cool. Through like mid to full toughness with like fucking cooldowns up, we just disappear. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Well, it said piercing strike, so it wasn't even reflect. If it was reflect, I'd be like, alright, I'm a shitter. That's fine. Respectable. But yeah, no, that was 160k from piercing strike. That just fucking deleted my face. Alright, well, this Enforcer can come with me, and we're gonna pull these guys instead. Yeah, the logs of the run should be on Discord, I would assume. That's what I mean, is, because we got instantly one-tapped, whereas before we were doing perfectly fine, we probably don't time now. Which is probably not what you expected when you click this video, but it's actually a long con to make you understand the tank role. Damage isn't everything. You're not a good tank if you're on the goddamn floor. If your tank does good damage, fantastic. But that means that he's giving up something in the defensive capability, and your healer's having a fucking aneurysm. Remember, boys, team game. If you play greedy and disrespect that, You will floor POV. Speaking of, I should have kicked that psychic horror. We're probably dead. We're not dead, but we're not looking great. We're bringing it back. Stun that. Kick the torment. The pathing is still good. I don't have a stop. Alright, one of the boys gets it. Good, good, good. Love to see it. We're gonna take this in power, and we're gonna run right into the boss with it. I don't think we're gonna make the time, unfortunately. But we'll just probably run it again with me on full tank. And we should be fine. We should be able to pull Mega afterwards. Joke's on you, this was a psyop all along. You don't need tank damage. Maybe they pump. It's our minute. Pop a damage reduct for the team. Let's not get hit. I was playing in Contender earlier and just taking everything to the face. My guy just did a 20% Voidbringers. That's mental. Well, you shave off the 2 deaths from being in DPS build, and we time. And a couple of one-shots in there, and a little bit of fucking mistakes. It will be more than fine. Do let me know, by the way, if you're making it this far into the video. My guy just got one shot, but we're good. If you only give a shit about timed keys. This is something I'm trying to figure out in regards to YouTube content and whatnot, is whether or not you guys do actually want to see bricked keys. Because I can very easily cherry pick for only like successful keys and whatnot, but I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous. But at the same time, the amount of people who are like, oh my god, he didn't time the key and he's still posting the video, shitter. Like, you can't win for fucking losing, really. You don't time the key, you're bad. You time the key and like, oh my god, you never post failures. Like, you can't fucking win. So, do let me know if you guys are curious about like all keys rather than just successful keys. Up until this point, I've kind of just stuck with the it's easier to just post succeeded keys. But if you guys want to see the entire process, because I brick them too, then do let me know down below. We should be able to burn through the rest. And they should be able to clear it, I would hope. Anyways, my guy dashes into the back. Just slowly but surely take out the boss. As you can see, like, my DPS pales in fucking comparison to the boys on single target. So, DPS Helena and or DPS tank builds are exceptionally good up to the point that you stop being able to sustain. Oh, it's down to me and Excel. We get the glory. He's gonna kill it with mushrooms. Stay alive. Yeah, there we go. And then we die like men. I survived the chest. It's meant to be. Oh, you can't even jump off. Okay.